It's been a while. About three-ish. Well, no, because I had the live stream. Maybe it's not been 3 months. Maybe 2 months. I don't know. Right off the bat, I want to apologize for something. When I quit this thing, I had every intention, and until about a week and a half ago, still had every intention of just never coming back. I said, all right, my work here is done. I was going to leave for grad school anyway, so it didn't really make a difference to me. And that was that. Right. By the way, notice the very improved sound quality. Excuse me, very improved sound quality in this. That's foreshadowing for later, so stay tuned. So there were a lot of people that were upset the fact that I was leaving. I've always said that I have the best fan base in the world, except for that time where I got like 150 emails of people asking for the Joker bin file. That was annoying. But otherwise, best fan base in the world. And it sucked to leave this behind because I was proud of what I'd done, but I also knew that, like, okay, grad school's kind of important. You gotta go and do that, right? That's important too. Okay. Vastly more important. But I did leave some people very sad. And if I left you sad with the fact that I was leaving and calling it quits, I apologize. You know, I did tell plenty, I think I mentioned probably 6 or 7 live streams that, like, hey, come grad school, this is done. No secret, but, obviously people don't watch everything that I've put out. I forgive you. And it's understandable. So if it left me sad, and obviously you're probably gonna be happy me coming back, but I'm not trying to play with anyone's emotions or anything like that. So I apologize. Round two. Okay, so I talked about my secret project, or at least I said that I had a secret project that was going to be a second channel. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. I want to explain, though, why I'm coming back. I've never talked about this as Amiibo Doctor. I never told anybody in the servers. I don't think I ever said anything about it in any video or live stream. This has been a very personal and private thing for me because this type of activity is. I sat down earlier today and I had to give myself permission to talk about this, okay? Because it's kind of a hard thing. So, you guys remember the video? It's my roommate in the next room. You guys remember the video I made a while back? Never pay for Amiibo again, or never buy Amiibo cards again, or something like that. And I showed off. Well, I don't know where it is, but that's right. It's over there. He needs a tissue. I showed off the AmiJoy controller. Right, is the controller with the light up thing in the middle, and you scan in the Amiibo through the controller, right? Over the last, since I put out that video, over the last couple of months, I have sold for this guy about $1,000 worth of controllers. Okay. And you might think, okay, that's like $50 a piece. That's like, okay, great. You sold him 20 controllers. So what? I don't know this person. Never met him. I actually reached out to him to set this thing up. Okay. But he's Chinese. Lives in mainland China. And he's locked down. And that $1,000 is about 2 months of wages in China. And the sales from that put food on the table for him when he was locked down. Food got very expensive. I've been keeping track of the situation in China for several months now. And I don't know this guy. I'm never going to meet him. But somewhere out there, there's some guy with kids, presumably. Maybe not. I don't know. And he was able to eat because I was generous with my time and effort. I made a video. I set up some affiliate links on the website. And I try to include the Amiibo controller wherever I can. I don't know about you, but to me, that's a big fucking deal. That's a huge deal. I could not give this guy $1,000 of my own money, but I was able to produce $1,000 of revenue. That's a big fucking deal. During the quarantine, March and April 2020 quarantines, a lot of Etsy card sellers reach out to me. They wanted to know, hey, how do I make Amiibo cards? They weren't card sellers yet. And similar story. Don't know these people. They were locked down as well, and they needed income. And I taught them how to do it. You know, sometimes I'd Skype with them or Zoom. Really Zoom, I think. And these people were able to put food on the table because I was Amiibo Doctor. That's a big deal. It doesn't seem like a big deal to a lot of people. To people who have always had a flowing relationship with money, who've never had to earn money, who've never wanted for something, that doesn't seem like much. That's not the relationship that I have with money. There are people out there who were able to eat because of what I did. It's not because I'm a good person. I know more. I know better than that. No person is good. That's old wisdom for you. I don't know why this. I'm sorry. I'm dehydrated, or else I'd be tearing up right now. I just got out of the gym. But yeah. So I'm not, okay, I'm fine. The other reason I came back is because over the last couple of months, the YouTube channel's picked up like 150 subscribers. Like 150 subs. I didn't do anything. It's like, what the hell? Like, it's a little nuts, And the reason that it's done that is because my videos have started to rank. Now, it's a little funny that as soon as I quit, my videos start to pick up traffic just on their own. So, thanks for that. That would have been nice to know when I was doing it in February, That's fine. That happens. But, the website has had the same thing. The website's starting to outrank a lot of sites that I have never thought possible to outrank, And it's been happening more and more. And sometimes it's temporary, but sometimes it's permanent, you know what I'm saying? And so, I quit. The website takes off even more. So we're absolutely going to hit 1 million hits this year. There's no question about it. There's just no question about it. My work has literally been directly plagiarized and stolen and posted, and I'm still outranking my own work on somebody else's website, okay? But I quit, and suddenly everything explodes. I'm like, damn it, where was this? So, even I saw it and I was like, oh, that's nice. I'll get a little bit of income from it. Woohoo, but that's it, right? But so then the thing that spurred me coming back, about a week and a half ago, I went back to amiibodoctor.com just to read my own writing. Because most, 95% of the stuff that, except for the Raymond Amiibo stuff, that's on there, or has been added onto there, the posts and whatnot, since August, I wrote back in August and July. I had a huge docket of content for the website that I wrote in 1 week. I mean, I just sat down and I wrote 40 posts. And I read it, not remembering the content of it, not remembering writing it. And I really enjoyed it. I did. I really, really enjoyed it. And I was like, damn. These last couple of months, I've kind of loathed Amiibo, kind of been like, okay, that's enough, just put that away, whatever. And, there's still some of that. I don't give a shit about Smash, that's for sure. But Amiibo is actually still really cool to me. It's cool in a different way than it was before too, And I thought, well, shoot, do I still like to write about Amiibo? And so I took about 30 minutes and I wrote out 2 Amiibo Doctor posts. And I was like, that was really fun. Because there's still the sense of like creativity and novelty that Amiibo brings, you know? And I thought, well, shoot. So then I went back and I watched one of my old videos. And I thought, wow, this video is horrible. No production value, you know? But it was fun. It was fun, you know? And it's kind of funny. So like when I see myself on camera, I don't register that it's my face. I recognize that it's me, right? But I see that as Amiibo Doctor, actually. So like when I take a picture of myself, I think, oh, there's Amiibo Doctor. Not there's me, you know? It's like Amiibo Doctor is a separate person, even though, you know, when I'm looking at the camera, I'm just being myself, you know, which that's always, I found out that I was dyslexic, and I suspect that that has something to do with that, but that's a whole other. Anyway, so I thought about it for a good long while, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I am not coming back. Still. I'm still not coming back. But then the Animal Crossing announcement came out just a couple days ago. I'm filming this like mid-October, checking my watch that I don't have. and you know, then I was like, shoot, well, suppose I did come back to Amiibo Doctor. Okay, this is part 3. Suppose I did come back to Amiibo Doctor. What would I do? It's like, okay, well, we'd have some Animal Crossing content first. Like, what can you do with Amiibo and Animal Crossing, right? Second, I don't care about Smash. Not really. The only reason I played Smash 4 as long as I did was for Amiibo training. The only reason I played Ultimate at all was for Amiibo training. Okay? And for specifically for competitive Amiibo training. Okay? Well, it's pretty safe to say I don't give a flying fuck about competitive Amiibo anymore. Not one damn bit. And, you know, that's a separate issue. And if you're one of the panty wastes that are like, oh, well, that's good because you should stay out because you're a bad person, then we'll just go our separate ways because it's clear that you have issues that need to get resolved. Anyway, somebody out there is like raging right now. I can't believe he said that about me. I was like, well, maybe I did. Anyway, probably like 10 people. That's getting sidetracked. Anyway, so I want to make it clear. The future content of the YouTube channel will not be as specifically competitive Amiibo training as it was before. Okay? There is still going to be training. There's several characters that I always wanted to do videos on that never did. There's several characters that need guides on the website. And the whole notion of, oh, you're a qualified trainer, you're not a qualified trainer is bullshit anyway. It's actually a marketing thing, truth be told. You either know stuff about Amiibo or you don't. And there's no other websites that have experts in Amiibo on them. So no reason to use a marketing scheme anymore. So that's nice. Anyway, so yeah, so we're going to do some other stuff. We're going to do some other like Animal Crossing stuff. We're going to do some of that. I don't know about streaming. Like I did a stream on this Wi-Fi a couple months ago and it was okay. It was decent. But the Wi-Fi here is really spotty. So this is off of the apartment Wi-Fi. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. But we'll see about that. But yeah, so I'm going to do some training. But this is where the second channel comes in, okay? Section 4. I told you to pay attention to the significantly increased sound quality. The reason that's the case is because, as you may have guessed, I have a new microphone. Gee, Doc, why do you have a new microphone? Good question. Let me do this right. Let me scoot to the side. That's right. Big Brother ASMR. I'm still not entirely sure where I want to take this channel, truth be told, but I have always been interested in ASMR. I think it's really cool, and people need a big brother. Frankly, most of the kids these days do not have any sort of older male role model in their life. And until they get one that's actually good, I might as well step up to the plate, you know? So if you listen to ASMR, you're probably hearing the computer in the background. If you listen to ASMR, go subscribe. Links in the description below. If you don't, that's fine. You're not going to hurt my feelings. most of my YouTube priority and time will be put towards that. Okay, so Amiibo Doctor is the second thought. Okay, Big Brother ASMR is the first thought. All right. ASMR has vastly more growth potential than Amiibo, and it's not limited because once Amiibo stops coming out, nobody's gonna care, right? So ASMR first, Amiibo Doctor second. But yeah, so that's the second channel. I'm gonna wait to upload this video until we have like 5 videos on the channel. I think I have 2 that are filmed, but I'm debating on like, do I want to make it a shorts channel? Do I want to make it like a full YouTube channel? Like, I don't know. So that's still very much up in the air and will probably be explained. I just keep belching. I don't know why I keep belching. That's because I worked out earlier. That's why. In case you can't tell. See that? No, it's not close enough to the camera. That's fine. But yeah, so that's what's going to be happening. Is Big Brother ASMR first. I guess on that channel I'll be Bubba, and over here I'll be Doc. I don't know. That's so. Not going to tell you my real name. I've been doxxed before. It's not pleasant. So, yeah, that's the second channel. Of course, post will still be coming out at amoebadoctor.com. Actually, I got a training guide in the other day. I was like, damn, that's really okay. Wasn't expecting that, but we'll take it. So, yeah. But the content is coming. But I want to make this incredibly clear. Okay. Law school is by far still my first priority over everything else. Okay. This is like a 70-hour-a-week thing. All right. This is not a joke at all. Okay. If you're saying, well, Talk, why aren't you making a video on this topic? Why aren't you making a video? It's because I have better things to do. I'm just going to be really frank about that. The hallmark of a successful adult is that they have better things to do. Okay. I know a lot of people can't handle that because they don't grow up around successful adults. They don't understand. I did not grow up around successful adults either, but that's how they operate. They have better shit to do. So, I'm sorry that I haven't made SD Method 2 yet, but, it's probably somewhere on my list somewhere. So, but the content's going to be different for Amiibo Doctor. It's not going to be competitive because fuck that shit. But it is going to be some Amiibo training, right? So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Fifth, yeah. I wanted to say third and final for some reason. Fifth and final, just some mild life updates. Obviously, I'm about halfway through law school. Halfway through the first semester of law school. 6 semesters in total. Six semesters. It's been like 6 months since I did math, and I just totally forgot how fingers work. Anyway, yeah, halfway through. It is literally 70. Let me illustrate something for you. This is my backpack. It weighs about, I'd say it's about a 35-pound dumbbell right there. Now you can see that I'm lifting. This is my textbook for contracts law. It's about 1,100 pages. This is my textbook for tort law. It's about 1,400 pages. This is my textbook for civil procedure. It's about 900 pages. This is my other textbook for civil procedure. It's about 250 very dense pages. I actually have 3 other textbooks, but I left them at the school. Point is, I have to know all of that in the next 7 weeks. And I know about half of that right now. Okay? In addition to writing essays, in addition to learning the technical details of things. So believe me, I am under a massive workload. But you know what? Here's the thing. When I was still in the competitive scene, I was informed that a number of individuals thought that I was mentally unhealthy because I was working so much. First of all, those people don't fucking know me. Second of all, it's very healthy to work this much on something that matters. It actually is. Most people engage in meaningless work. That's most people's careers, meaningless. All right? They develop mentally unhealthy habits trying to cope with the fact that their work is meaningless. This is very meaningful. If you can find a meaningful job that actually matters, or make one, you can work forever on it, and it'll be a good thing. You know, there is work-life balance, don't get me wrong. Still have a family and kids, okay? Like, you shouldn't be married to your job, you know? But that's why people like Elon Musk can work 100 hours a week. 110, 100, I don't know how much he works, but he works a lot. That's why people can do that, because their work is important. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm only working 70. Working being school. So, like, you know, I'm actually doing okay. I'm actually doing okay. So, I will admit, first 2 months were rough. I got COVID. I got COVID. I quarantined for about a week and a half. And then I was like, wait a sec. I had symptoms for like 36 hours, and that was it. Pfft, not a problem. So, well, I still quarantined. Would be nice, you know. And then after that, I was like, whatever. Life is normal. So, what else? Oh, yeah. I haven't been diagnosed yet, but there's a very high likelihood that I'm dyslexic. Turns out most of both sides of my family is dyslexic. Or at least, well, I'm not going to qualify that statement further because I don't know how many exactly. But apparently dyslexia is very common in my family. So that was fun to find out your first month of law school. Is like, oh, these things don't make sense to you because your brain is backwards. Like, so I've had to figure out how to learn things, you know. And so I learned, so to speak, the way I used to learn math is the way I learn everything. I started the completed thing, and then I trickle my way to step one, right? So you have to start at the end, you know, find an example of what you're doing, and then start at step one, you know. And that's not how they teach law. They teach law the opposite. They start with here's the one rule, and then here's the second rule, and then here's the third rule, and then here's the fourth rule, right? And for me, I have to start at the end. So that's been really difficult. Not gonna lie. And it explains a lot about me being dyslexic. So yeah, it explains my determination because I live in a world that is not designed for me. Like, who else can say that? But you know what? This is not the way I intended this video to go, but that's fine. You know what? Here's the thing. Dyslexia is actually a superpower. It is. It is actually a superpower. Yesterday, I was able to learn a full month of civil procedure in an hour and a half. Do you know why? Because I was able to take the notes and the content that the teacher had given us, and I had a hard time piecing it all together, okay? And it didn't make sense when I was trying to piece it all together. So what I did is I flow charted. I drew it. I took a marker and I drew how this all connects to each other. And once I did that, it all makes sense. It's like, oh, okay, here's pendant and ancillary jurisdiction. Here's how they fit in to, I'm blanking on this, USC 1367B, which is a subform of diversity jurisdiction, which works under 28 USC 1332, which fits into U.S. Constitution Article 3. That's all real law, by the way. So, like, pendant ancillary into the supplemental jurisdiction. Yeah, okay. And that's 1367, and that's, okay, cool. Anyway, sorry. Point is, I have superpowers. I can fly. It's just hard to jog. And I'm on the track team. So, you know, who can jog the best, right? And, well, I can fly. All right, but that's not jogging. And so I have to learn how to jog like normal people do. So that makes it difficult. Yeah. So, It's kind of funny. So I told my family about it, and they're very skeptical. They're, well, what do you mean you don't have dyslexia? Like, you've never had dyslexia. You can always read just fine. Like, not really. I'm like, I'm like, wait a sec. You're telling me that like half of this side of the family and half of that side of the family have dyslexia. I'm like, you don't think it's possible? Like, really? I mean, but families are like that, so that's whatever. But yeah, so that's been really cool. Sucks a lot because I get called on in class. I haven't learned it yet because I have to go back and start from the end and piece it together, and we're not at the end yet, and so that makes it difficult. But yeah, that's been quite the challenge, you know. So anyway, I guess I should go to bed because it's 9:30. I have class at 8 in the morning tomorrow. Yay! I have civil procedure at 8. If you've taken a civil procedure class, you know that that's not a class you want to take at 8 in the morning, especially when, well, I'm not going to call him that name. My professor is very hard on the students, we'll say. So, very hard. He makes people cry. So, all right, let's call it quits. We're back. Kinda. Not really, but kinda, you know. So,